going abroad, I automatically assumed that it would be exactly like the Lizzie McGuire movie, and that I would just have this crazy adventure. So when I was abroad last semester in Milan, Italy, I kind of developed this mantra of saying yes to everything. So one day I was on the tram home with 3 girls that I vaguely knew from school, and they were talking about this Amalfi Coast bike riding trip. And if y'all don't know, the Amalfi Coast is basically the epitome of Italy. It's the little colorful houses on the mountain that overlook the ocean. So they were talking about this trip, and I was like, oh, that sounds so fun, how cool. And then they invited me, and they were like, you should come with us, it'll be so much fun. And so I had to say yes because it was my mantra, and it just like works that way. So I immediately go home that night and type a WashU, buy my overnight bus ticket. Meanwhile, this trip is like 2 months away. And then the week of the trip, we're talking about logistics, and they tell me, oh, the overnight bus is sold out that you are on, so we're taking a train, and it'll get in around the same time, but we can't take the overnight bus with you. So I was like, oh, okay. It'll be fine. Like, I can do it, whatever. So night of, 10 p.m. overnight bus, I get dressed in my bike clothes, get my backpack on, go to the bus station, and this bus station is kind of in the middle of nowhere. People just hang out there. So I saw this girl that I vaguely knew from school. I didn't really know her, but I was like, oh, hi, how are you? Where are you going? And she goes, oh, I'm going to Munich. I only take overnight buses. I don't fly. So I was like, oh, okay. If this girl only takes overnight buses, I can definitely do it. It'll be great. So then I board my bus. I get a window seat. People start coming on, and then the man behind me just props his bare feet up on my shoulders. And if you don't know me, you don't know that I absolutely hate feet. So this was like an ideal situation for me. And obviously did not sleep at all on the bus. So what was supposed to happen was I was supposed to get in to the town around 10 a.m. and meet my friends in this certain piazza at the train station. But what actually happened was my bus decided to be an hour and a half late, drop me off on the side of the road, it's overcast, the town is in the distance, there's like trash blowing in the wind. So I get off the bus, and I'm like, this is wrong, this is not where I'm supposed to be. So I pull out my phone and try and Google map this piazza, and in that moment, my phone stops working because Go With The Flow brought Elle didn't pay her data plan on time. So I'm a little flustered, and I was like, hey, I'll head in the direction of the town. So I start walking, I meet this one lady who points in a vague direction, and then I finally meet this really cute older couple, and they were like, oh, we're going to that piazza, let us take you. I was like, oh, thank you. So, I'm walking behind them like I'm their daughter. And I'm dressed in my bike clothes, and Italians don't work out, so they had no idea what I was wearing. We didn't talk because we just, a lot of smiling and nodding. We finally get to the piazza, I thank them, and then I see my friends, and they're like strapped in on their bikes, helmets on, ready to go. And I should be really tired because I didn't sleep, and I'm flustered, and I feel bad that I was late, but my first thought is I have to brush my teeth. So I go to this pizzeria next door, brush my teeth in the bathroom, come back out, get on my bike. The bike guy helps me pick out a helmet, and then he drives away. And I'm like, oh, so this is unsupervised. This is solo. So we start, and it's great, but this is a 55-kilometer bike ride, which is 34 miles, and basically it's this snaking path, and you have the ocean on one side, the mountain on the other side, and then it's just it's vertical. So you're either going straight uphill or straight downhill. There's nothing in between. And then it's like a 2-lane road, and basically big enough for one truck. And I have been hit by a car before, so I was like a little nervous. My mom is going to kill me. And we start off, and it's great. We eat some pizza for lunch, but then after lunch, it gets kind of hard. So a divide forms. Marissa and Maria were two girls I was with, and they had been biking in Milan and eating healthy and exercising. And then Alex and I had been eating pasta and gelato and hadn't worked out the entire semester. So we were just like on different health spectrums. So every time there was an uphill, Alex and I would get off our bike, walk our bikes up, and then Marissa and Maria would wait for us at the top, and we'd drink some water, eat a lemon, continue. And then around 4 or 5 p.m. we just kind of split up. We were split. And it starts drizzling, and I'm like, oh, whatever, drizzle, I can handle that. But then it starts just pouring rain, like so much rain. I've never seen this much rain in my life. My rain jacket is irrelevant. I can't see anything in front of me. Meanwhile, like Alex and I are walking our bikes up the hill, and these Italian men are like, oh, is your bike broken? We're like, no, like our bike isn't broken, like it's us. Like, so we're walking our bikes up, and then this fog forms on top of everything. So, like, you can't see anything. It's like you're not even outside. If I fall off this mountain, I'm gonna die. So we're kind of half crying, and Alex and I don't know each other that well, so we're playing those games that you play on a road trip. Like you take the last letter of a word and then you make it the first letter of the next word. So I would be like armadillo, and then she would say orangutan, and we went back and forth. And then like we start joking. We're kind of like half crying, half joking, but if only the bike guy would just come by and save us and take us in his car to the town so we can be done. And then 30 minutes later, out of nowhere, this car just kind of slows up next to us. And we were a little skeptical at first because Italians can be creepy. But then it was the bike guy, and we were like, oh my God, thank God. And he goes, oh, do y'all want to ride to town? This weather is insane. And I'm like, yeah, let's get in the car. Like, I'm over this. It's wet. I'm tired. It's time to go. And Alex is like, no. And I'm like, why? I don't know. And she's like, we've done it this far, like we have to finish, it'll be good for us. And I'm like, okay, I mean, I can't leave you here, so I'll stay. So we tell the bike guy no, and he like reluctantly drives away like these crazy American girls, what are they thinking? And we're still walking our bike, and I'm like, okay, you know what, she's right. We're almost done. It can't get any worse. He said that we would be there soon. So 2 hours later, we're walking our bike. It's still foggy. It's still raining. And then all of a sudden, we see the side of a building. And all of a sudden, like the town hits us just in a split second because you can't see anything. So all of a sudden you see a building, you're like, oh, we made it, like we did it. So we're walking our bikes up this hill, and it felt like we were in this dramatic movie where we defeated the Huns, like we won the war. We're walking our bikes up, like, oh my God, we did this. There's like mud on our faces, we're soaking wet. Best we've ever looked. And it's a great feeling. But then we meet up with Marissa and Maria, and we're talking about how this day was crazy and this weather was insane. And in my head I'm thinking, I went on this trip with people that I didn't know. I've been in my bike clothes for 24 hours. There were feet in my face. My phone stopped working. And I've been walking my bike for the majority of the day. So when they asked me if I wanted wine, I was happy to say yes.